Hi everyone and welcome to my vlog. It's 5:30 a.m. here in Queenstown and today's vlog is a very special one because we are heading to one of the most iconic places in all of New Zealand, and that's Milford Sound, famously called as the eighth wonder of the world. We booked this trip online a while back. It cost us $468 for two people plus $39 for lunch. And you can choose from tour companies like Great Sights, Awesome NZ, or Southern Discoveries. And it's around 6 hours by coach or slightly less if you drive by yourself. But honestly, I highly recommend the coach option because it's stress-free, safe, and you get to fully enjoy all the scenic stops along the way. So we left our hotel around 6:20, caught a local bus from Red Oaks Drive and got to Stanley Street by about 6:27, as that's one of the main pickup points for Milford tours.
Make sure you tie down big items like trampolines and outdoor furniture. Always keep clear of fallen panels. For more safety tips, check out auroraenergy.co.nz.
Even that early in the morning, the street was buzzing, dozens of people with backpacks, cameras, and sleepy smiles, all heading to Milford Sound. It felt like a big, community adventure. Finally, our coach arrived. The driver checked if we had booked lunch, gave us a little lunch card, and then we were off. It was still pitch dark around 7:30 a.m. and freezing outside. But the atmosphere inside was so warm and cozy, you could hear the hum of excitement as everyone settled in. By 8 a.m., we were cruising along the shores of Lake Wakatipu. It's stunning, and it's the longest lake in New Zealand and the third largest. The driver shared this cool Maori legend. The lake's shape represents the heartbeat of a giant. And guess what? The water level actually rises and falls about 10 cm every 25 minutes. Locals call it the lake's heartbeat.
fabulous place because Queenstown at that point in time, resident population of a couple of hundred people, some really rough and rudimental stone structures, stone and clay mud structures, and bits of rock sort of all glued together with the mud there to form small huts and everything else. A few canvas tents and a few early rusted corrugated iron structures. Right down there on what they used to call a camp, which is now Camp Street, actually, the main street of Queenstown. Those days, population of a couple of hundred of souls or so living in there permanently, swampy, peaty, boggy marsh that it was. The town planners laid out that original design for the city, or for the town. They decided that they were going to call Queenstown, the town fit for a queen, Queenstown. And of course the people of St. John.
Literally, I tried to stay awake, but the gentle ride and dark skies made me so sleepy. So, yes, I took a little nap before our first stop. By 9:40 a.m., we reached Tianao, a beautiful little town with about 2,500 residents. In summer, though, it's packed with tourists, fishermen, hikers, and adventurers. We had a 30-minute break here, just enough time to grab breakfast. Coffee, pies, and sandwiches, the perfect fuel for the road ahead. Honestly, Tianao felt like the kind of place where time slows down. I'd love to come back and stay a few days over here.
टेम्परेचर एकदमै लो नै छ यो सबजना भित्र भिडमा बसिरहेको बस चाहिँ अब हाम्रो 10:10मा खुल्छ भनेको छ अलमोस्ट टाइम पनि मिलाइसक्यो यस्तो छ सानो क्याफे यो भयो यो गिफ्टहरूको लागि
Over to our left-hand side here, as it reappears, you'll see there's a little formation of islands just down here. This going into South Arm, one of the most significant freshwater fields here on Lake Tiana. South Arm, over here. Just literally right next door to there's a big global cave experience, Tiana Globe, just in the bottom of this mountain over here. About our 11 o'clock tonight. So Tiana Globe goes in there. That's a massive network of limestone cave under there. It's about 350 odd metres long.
The next stop is Eglinton Valley. This is a glacier carved valley that really makes you feel small. Imagine standing in a huge open plain surrounded by towering mountains. It's so amazing. We hopped out, stretched our legs, and took photos. Even though the weather was a bit gloomy, it somehow made the valley look more dramatic. Just a little further, we stopped at Mirror Lakes. On a clear day, you can see the mountains perfectly reflected in the still water, like nature's mirror. But unfortunately, it was a bit cloudy for us, so the reflections weren't as perfect, but still, it was breathtaking, you know.
पानी परिरहेछ हेरौँ कस्तो हुन्छ मिररले भनेको सायद घाम लाग्यो भने चाहिँ हुन्छ होला यहाँ हामी अहिले यहाँबाट टक्क भ्यू हेर्नलाई तर हामी अहिले पानी परेको बेला आयौँ भएर अलि खासै केही भ्यू आएन सायद त्योबाट घाम लाग्यो भने चाहिँ यहाँबाट माथिको यसरी भ्यू आउने र जस्तो लाग्यो अहिले चाहिँ केही छैन खासै अहिले चाहिँ त्यसो खासै केही छैन जस्ट त्यहाँबाट भ्यूको लागि हो अनि माथि चाहिँ यस्तो छ स्नो क्याप्ड माउन्टेन पछाडि छ हाम्रो यस्तो छ यता
Then came Lake Gun. By this time, the rain had started to fall. You know how sometimes bad weather actually makes a place feel more magical? That's exactly how it was here. Mist, raindrops, and this still moody lake. Very cinematic. After Lake Gun, we passed Monkey Creek, where the driver told us the water is pure glacial water. You can drink it straight from the stream. And watch out for cheeky key birds around here. We also saw several waterfalls along the way. At one point, the driver slowed down so we could take photos of one cascading right behind the road. Next up, the famous Homer Tunnel. This 1.2 kilometer tunnel was started in 1935 during the Great Depression and finished in 1953. It cuts straight through the Taran Mountains and it's the only way to reach Milford Sound by road. The tunnel is one lane, so traffic lights control who goes through. It feels a bit airy inside, but then you come out the other side and boom, the dramatic cliffs of Fjordland are right in front of you.
पानी अझै पऱ्यो भने यसरी झर्ना आउने रहेछ यहाँ छ अर्को एउटा टुरिस्ट डेस्टिनेसन बनाएको छ यहाँ रहेछ पिकअप पनि बाटो यस्तो छ यहाँ जाँदा रहेछ
And finally, Milford Sound. This place is unreal. Imagine sheer rock cliffs rising straight off the water, waterfalls tumbling down from the peaks, and lush rainforest clinging to the slopes. It's also called Piu Piu Tahi, after a bird called the Piu Piu, which sadly is now extinct.
Southern discoveries त कति छिटो आएछ त
Southern Discovery
Huh? के भयो अरे त्यसो त्यहाँ देखाउने होइन तिमी जाऊ अगाडि
Okay, so we hopped onto our cruise and were given our pre-booked picnic lunches. You can also book buffet options, but make sure you pre-order because you won't find many food options here.
हाम्रो पिकनिक लन्च
Move around, all of the outside views are open. Just take care as you do so. Mind your step, through the doors, watch fingers. Always a good idea to use the handrails when you're moving about, especially up and down the stairs. Definitely get best views from outside. As we leave the harbour here, heading towards the iconic Mitre Peak. 1,692 metres high, rising up out of the fjord. It's not the tallest peak down here, but certainly the most recognisable. This one used the most of the advertising for this place for promoting New Zealand all over the world. We're going to cruise out the years, several major periods of glaciation. During the last ice age, snow and ice through here was over 2,000 metres thick in places. Blowing out towards the sea, several metres today.
एउटा स्यान्डविच दुईटा हुँदो रहेछ अरू के छ
Grinding away this very tough metamorphic and plutonic igneous rock.
अनि एउटा यो $30 को यति मात्र रहेछ यो
Glaciers typically carving these U-shaped valleys. Quite different from the V-shape of a river eroded valley you find in the salt rock. Over the last 15,000 years, the most recent glaciers have been slowly melting, retreating from the highest, coldest parts of the mountains. Still almost 3,000 glaciers in New Zealand. But that needs to be horrific to count. With snow and ice melting here and all over the world, sea level has come up by over 130 metres. So far, slowly submerging the land and backfilling the valleys together. These waterways to sail along. Milford being the northernmost of 14 elements from the Tasman Sea created by this process. Many of them mistakenly called sounds. It's just like the concrete of the north. The area is less than 5%. By far New Zealand's largest national park. The same size as both Yellowstone and Yosemite in the US combined. Over here, not the biggest of the fjords though, just 14 kilometres from the harbour out to the Tasman Sea. Now skid down will stretch for over 40 kilometres. But Milford is surrounded by the highest, steepest mountains with an average height of around 1,600 metres. Did have a little bit of rain overnight this morning, but hardly any evidence of it now. Some of the temporary waterfalls have backed down a little bit. These three in front of us normally go for about a week without rain. Here most of the time. That's very forced now. Eventually coming around Houston Point over the Strait. This bay down to our left is called the Nita Bay, or Tiny Ducky One. So you can find that green sun all along the shores. A number of coloured floats out here like crayfish nets and corn pots as well, but they sort and store the catch before taking it out to be live exported all over the world. A couple of molly morts swooping around over the swell. Albatross.
Then the rain started pouring heavily with strong winds blowing across the deck. Some people went inside, but we decided to stay on the top deck. And oh my gosh, it was intense, you know. The wind, the spray of the waterfalls, you know, the raw power of nature. Oh my gosh, it was so scary and thrilling at the same time.
Small. What was that?
And that was our unforgettable day at Milford Sound. We left Queenstown at 7 a.m. and by the time we got back, it was late evening. Yes, it's a long journey, but every single stop, every view, and every moment was worth it. Milford Sound isn't just a place you visit, it's an experience that stays with you forever. And if you're planning a trip to New Zealand, put this right at the top of your list. On that note, thank you so much for joining us in this adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. And until next time, Kia ora